there, buddy. Oh, you need some help there? You need some help? Hello and welcome to Spirit Forest. I thought we would have an indoor fireside chat because it's so cold outside. I was like, we're gonna do this inside this time because it's still cold inside. I keep my house about 54 degrees, so it's still kind of chilly on the inside, but that's okay. Costs a lot to heat the house, so I constantly have a fire going throughout the day. So I thought that we would talk about the job that I accepted. I told you guys at my next video, which is this video, I would talk about the job I accepted. The last video before, I told you I had 2 job offers. So excited. And I chose one. So I want to talk about that. But first, did you guys see that falcon? That was a falcon that was on my hand. I was literally in shock the whole time and thinking that he was just gonna charge me. But I'm like a bird whisperer or something like that. I don't know. These birds, they just want to sit and hang out with me. The longer I spend up here, the more the birds like me. I don't know. Anyways, it was really cool and I wanted to share that. That happened yesterday with the bird. So I wanted to share that moment with you guys. That was so cool. I don't think that will ever happen again in my life, but it was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. The bird seemed a little scared. It literally, I had to stop the video because it hung out with me for a good 10 minutes, just hanging out and just, I was just okay. It's kind of hanging there and I was I rescued you. I was can you come back and play? Anyways, beside the point, I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. My Thanksgiving was really good too. It's a chance to, just hang out with family and eat a lot of food and have really good conversations. And it's pretty mellow. I would say of all my holidays I like, 4th of July is obviously my favorite. I talk about it a lot. And then Thanksgiving's probably my second favorite. I usually like a lot of people around during Thanksgiving. It's just kind of a time just to kind of sit around and chat with family. So hopefully you had a good time with family and friends during Thanksgiving. So I saw this a while ago, and I don't know, it stuck with me. It's kind of like one of those analogies, and I think it's true. I don't know. I mean, look it up if you want to. But if you grow a tree indoors with no wind, no weather, everything's always consistent, that tree becomes very weak and the roots are really weak. But if you have a tree outside in a lot of wind and weather, and it's like gone through like a lot of different changes and climate changes, that tree becomes really strong. And I'm using that analogy for myself. You know, I feel that I have been that tree that's outside where wind is blowing in all directions and I'm just trying to survive, you know, and I think that's the reason why I am as strong as I am, is because I've had a lot of struggles in my life. And because I have had a lot of struggles, I've been able to deal with the struggles that I have a lot better than some. I get a lot of friends that would say, how do you do all this? Like, how do you do that? And how do you do this? And how do you handle that? You know, it's just like, you always seem so calm and you always seem so, I don't know what the right words are. I really don't. But I get that a lot from my friends, that they'll say that I'm the strongest person they know. And in fact, I had a conversation with one of my girlfriends yesterday, and she told me that. She's like, you know, you're the strongest person I know. She's like, I look up to you in so many ways. And, you know, she has a very good support system for her. She's got a family that supports her a lot. She's got loved ones that support her a lot. So if anything goes wrong, she's got them to lean on. I haven't had that kind of support in my life. And I think because of that, I became a little stronger when it comes to some struggles, because I've always had to deal with the struggles on my own. And I'm just thinking about like when I lost my job. Yeah, I wasn't in a good place. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't in a good place. And, you know, and I was thinking about all the changes that I have to make and all the struggles that I'm going to end up having if I didn't have a job, you know, and I was planning things. And, but like, I was okay. You know, I would say the first 2 days I was pretty silent. I was pretty quiet because I was thinking through things in my head. But then I started coming up with like a plan, and I'm a planner, and been like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And then I'll do this, and then I'll do that, and I'll sell this. And I sold a bunch, like I mentioned before, I sold a bunch of paintings. I even sold paintings that I actually painted for the cabin. I was just like, hey, if I get money for that painting, that's great. I can always paint it again. So, you know, I just did whatever I could so that way I didn't have to change my life drastically. And I was surviving. It's kind of how I saw it. You know, like I lost, what did I say? I lost 17 pounds because I just like wanted to make sure I had enough food to feed Kyla, you know. So, and she eats a lot now because she's my teenager that is 17 years old and will eat like 2 big helpings of pasta, you know, like. But anyways, I just, you know, I haven't had that support system that some people have had, and it's kind of forced me to be, sorry, the sun's getting in my eyes. It's forced me to be a little bit stronger than some, I think, because of that. And I'm thankful for that in a way. You know, I part of me is kind of jealous of those people that do have that support system. But I'm able to handle my anxiety. I'm able to handle my stress. And I see other people that just aren't able to handle it. Like they literally just go in a downward spiral. I'm really proud of myself for being able to handle that the way that I do. But there's a reason why, is all I'm saying. There's a reason why I handle it the way I do, is because I am that tree that is outside, that is in the wind, blowing around all the time, you know, and I'm like almost falling over, and I come back up and I almost fall over, you know. And so I'm not that tree that has been inside and been catered for, you know. I'm the tree that's outside. I'm an outside tree. So anyways, I thought of that analogy, and I just kind of wanted to share it with you, and maybe some of you can feel the same, or you have friends that are inside trees, you know, and you're an outside tree, or maybe you're an inside tree and someone else is outside tree, and you're just trying to try to figure out why is it that you have a harder time in dealing with your struggles than other people. And there's a reason for that, I feel. you know. But anyways, I have a job. Your girl is employed. I have a job. I'm so happy and I'm so thankful. And I do think there's a bit amount of luck in there. You know what I mean? There's some hard work. Don't get me wrong. Like, I worked hard. I applied to, I have a spreadsheet, applied to over 220, I think it was, 220 companies I've applied to. Some companies I applied to multiple positions at that company. I applied for really large companies like Meta, Google, Starbucks was another one that I applied for. You know, I applied for like all different kinds of industries, wrote cover letters to the majority of them, you know, like it was a full-time job. So as much as it was luck, it was also a lot of hard work, you know, to get there. Every day I listened to motivational speeches. I listened to like how to interview, you know, how to show your portfolio, how to present yourself, how to be more professional, all of that. I listened to that on a daily basis. I was walking 4 to 8 miles a day. 8 miles was probably like the tougher days that I had, you know, the struggle days. I knew that I needed to walk more miles. But I found that walking and being outside was the best cure for me in regards to just helping me. And I would just listen to podcasts and stuff like that of like what to do and how to improve myself. So it was a lot of hard work for me to get to the 2 job offers I've had. I don't know, I mean, I probably should have, but I should have counted how many interviews that I've had. I would say it's definitely in the double digits. Even with one company I interviewed, it was 9 interviews with that company. I had another like 9 interviews with another company. You know, and, you know, there's multiple companies I had a lot of interviews with, you know. So it came down to, I got 2 offers. Very happy. I mentioned it in my last video if you want to know a little bit more detail about those 2, but one was a solar company. It was a designer position and it's a very small company, a lot of flexibility, a pretty easy job for me. I know I could do it. Problem was I might get bored and the company was not profitable. The other company was really big. Just a little bit more money and a lot more responsibility. I would be managing between 10 and 12 designers and managing managers that manage designers type thing. And they're a bigger company and they're profitable, probably better for my career in regards to the path. But again, a lot of responsibility. Oh, and it's not fully remote. The other one was fully remote. This one was a hybrid role. So I had those 2 choices to make, and I decided to go with the larger company. It's a security company. I've been in cybersecurity for the last 4 years. I decided to be in security with this company too, and maybe I'd be able to use some of my knowledge in my last company and I can use it with this company too. So this is the company that I chose. I felt as though I still have to be in the city for work at least 1 day a week. And then if they have some sort of event or anything like that, then I would be in the city for that full week. I would be traveling about 4 times a year minimum, probably, maybe a little bit more. Again, it's a lot more work, but I feel that where I am in my career, it's a better move for me. And so I've decided to go with the one that's a better move for me. I have an opportunity at that company to be even higher, possibly. I see some opportunity growth there for me. So really happy. It has very good reviews online and very excited about this opportunity. Give me a sec. It looks like my fire is dying. Let me add some more wood to it. There you go. That's better. I can tell, I can feel the heat is not as hot. Aspen, I burn a lot of aspen here, and aspen burns really fast, so you gotta be on it all the time. That's why I have this chair here. So like if I'm in a meeting or something like that, I'll just work from here is my thought. right next to the stove where it's nice and warm, Okay, so I chose that company. I'm not going to say the name just for privacy issues, but really excited to be at this company. And, I'm starting work right away. I had to take a pretty intense background check on me. I had to take a drug test, which is good. I don't do any drugs, so I had to take a drug test, background checks. Yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot that I had to go through. They ended up calling my college, which I'm like, wow, that's like, I'm like aging myself here. What is it, like 30 years ago? Like you're calling my college. They're calling like all the places I've worked and stuff. And yeah. So pretty intense background check that I got. And I got the report too. So everything looks good, So I'm really happy, and I want to thank you guys for all of your support. I know that my channel is not about my job. It really isn't, you guys. I know a lot of you. I got a lot of new subscribers that came on when I said I lost my job, but it's really kind of a vlog, and I wouldn't say that I'm going to talk about my job a lot, because I'd rather not, to be honest with you. I'd rather just kind of like play outside. But this was something that was a pretty big milestone in my life, and I wanted to be able to share some of that with you guys. And, this is part of my struggle. It's part of my wind as I'm a tree, so I don't fall over, and I'm able to stay strong. There's going to be a lot of learning to do in this company. There's going to be, just like if you go to any company, you got to learn about the software, and being that I'm coming in at a higher level, I have to prove myself, I feel, you know what I mean? It's like, I feel that, I want my designers to know that, hey, I understand the product. I understand your struggles. I understand all of that, I'm pretty confident in my manager's skills when it comes to designers. I think I've done a really good job with that. So really happy to meet the team and get started working again. I don't think I've ever had this much time off work in my life. Well, I say my life, since college. Like in college, I worked a full-time job. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it was totally 40 hours, but I was a bartender, so I paid for all of my college. I was working all the time. If I wasn't at school, I was working. And then right out of college, within a week or so after I graduated, I started my first job. And I've been working ever since. And I think the longest time I took off work was 7 days. Well, it might have been actually when I was with Madison in Norway. I think we did like a week and a half. And that was the longest time I've ever had off work. So this was new to me. And I would say that like, I loved it. I did, you guys. Like, this is gonna be hard on me. Like, I love just being in the mountains and like hiking on a Wednesday, like I love that. Yeah, I learned a little bit about probably how I'm gonna be when I retire and things that are important to me when I retire. And obviously I'm a bird whisperer when I'm out here a lot, but I'm excited to get back to work, but also there's a part of me that's I'm going to miss being outside and miss being in nature again. And but it's okay. I will be okay. So yeah, that's my news. I'm really excited. And I'll let you guys know how it goes, and but hopefully I can get outside a little bit. At the beginning of the year, always in the winter, you guys, I don't post as many videos in the winter time, but if I get a chance to film something for you, I will. I am looking for recommendations on videos that you want to see. I find that these videos where I'm just sitting in front of a fire or just sitting out in the snow or whatever it may be are my most popular videos. People like that. They like to have a friend just kind of they just want to have a friend talk to them, and that's kind of sometimes what I'm here for. I just sit here and I just kind of talk just like I'm talking to my friends. So if there's any videos that you would like to see or that you want to see, whatever it is, put it in the comments below. I'll make sure I read them. I'll come up with my schedule for the winter months. Maybe some inside. I would like to camp again. I actually almost camped last night. But it was like 5 degrees last night. And you guys, I told myself, I remember this, because I told myself this. I was like, if it's below 10 degrees, we're not camping, So I remember that. So I was like, okay, we're not going to camp. But if it's above 10, actually, I prefer like 15 degrees at least, I'll camp. Maybe in a tent or maybe my Viking tent. I don't know, because that thing looks like it's a little wobbly. So it could be a little scary. That thing falls on me as the stove is going. Yeah. But anyways, give me some ideas. Always looking for some fresh ideas. Anyways, it's a busy time of year. I'll let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching. And again, thank you for all of your support.